What's happening, everybody? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. It is Wednesday, January 17th. Hope you're well and happy hump day. In this video, we're going to be discussing GTI, Green Thumb Industries. We're going to take a look at the chart and we'll do some analysis. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the price action and what to expect in the days, weeks, months ahead. Also, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment and informational purposes only. You should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I write or anything that I say. And full disclosure, I do own the stock, so I'm a very large shareholder. But as I mentioned, we'll look at the chart and we'll discuss the monthly uptrend that confirmed, and we'll take a look at some other resistance levels that we can be looking out for here in the days, weeks, months ahead, as I mentioned. Before we get to all that and more, make sure to smash the like. I would appreciate it. It helps support me in the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future lives or when I do post new videos. I just did a live stream as well, and I interacted with the community, and I did a market update and ticker request. So if you haven't seen that, you can check that out. Also, you can give us a follow over on X, which is at Group Pow, the handle for that. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And I really do love each and every one of you who supported me along my journey. And like I said, very, very grateful just to be here experiencing this with you all. And we're seeing tons of optimism and upside in MJ and a great start to 2024. And that comes off the cuff of tons of rescheduling optimism and hype. And I think that this time is definitely different. And we're also gearing up for a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on GTI stock. So this is GTBIF on the OTC. And we had the first ever one back here in 2018. And then we had the bear cross on the monthly time frame and tons of downside. So from the all-time high here on GTBIF stock, we were down roughly about 83% from the all-time highs to the bear market low. And here we are confirming a monthly uptrend. So I've been on records now for many, many months saying that in order to be confident that the bottom of the MJ brutal multi-year bear market is over, or over the last 3 years, to be confident that it's over, we need to see monthly uptrends. That's number one. We need to see weekly EMA 12 and 26 bull crosses and golden crosses. So if we take a look at GTIBF, or GTBIF, and then if we take a look at GTII as well on the CSE, the Canadian name, you can see your monthly uptrend confirmed as well. But we'll want to chart the OTC ticker. So GTBIF. If we go to the monthly time frame, we're also gearing up for a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. And something that I've been mentioning for a while now, CURLF, was the leader. So if we take a look at Cureleaf, you can see here we already confirmed a monthly uptrend. This was back in September, right? So we had our low, high, higher low, and higher high. And then the more names that do so, the better. So Cureleaf was one of the lead bulls. And then AYR did something similar where we had our low, high, higher low, and higher high. And then another brief higher low into another higher high. So AYR very strong as well. So what does that tell us if, Cureleaf and then AYR do it? Well, who's one of the leaders in this space as well? GTBIF, right? GTI. So if we go to GTBIF after that, and we say, okay, what are the most likely scenario here that this is our monthly higher low and that we could be coming into another higher high in a monthly uptrend? So we have our low at 642, high of the bounce at 1249, which was after the HHS recommendation to schedule 3 hype. And then we had our higher low. So that was a nice solid entry there, a great opportunity there at 757 while we were scouting a monthly higher low with a stop below 642, right? And I've been saying for a while now that GTBIF or GTII, Green Thumb Industries stock, is definitely a more safer play, right? It's not going to offer you, 10x or 20x returns probably over the next couple of years, or even, maybe it might take 5 to 10 years for that to happen. But, it's definitely a safer play. I compare it to like an IIPR, right? It's very low risk, very low reward. Whereas some other names at MJ might be very, very, very high risk and very, very, very high reward, right? So I think this is definitely one of the more safer plays, and I do own it. I bought it. I bought the stock shortly after I made that MJ portfolio holdings with percentage breakdown. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. I'm going to do an updated one in 2024, but it wasn't I didn't own it then in that video. And that was like, 6 months or more ago. I can't remember. But essentially I did add it since then. And then I also own it through MSOS ETF. It's the biggest holding in that ETF, right? So as I mentioned, we confirmed a monthly uptrend. We followed in the footsteps of Cureleaf and AYR, and we have a lack of resistance now until 1650. And then the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross lining up, but we have our monthly uptrend. If we zoom into the weekly, the other pattern that I wanted to see was a weekly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. We got that. And then if we take a look at the daily time frame, we also had our golden cross. So all of the things that I was looking for came to fruition here and actually confirmed. And then the biggest thing that just confirmed this month, like I said, is the monthly uptrend confirming with the low, high, higher low, and this month hitting a higher high. So next resistance is 1650, and then after that, really it's nothing until 20 psychological. And then key support is down at 757. Definitely be cautious on entries here because we don't have any support, like I said, on the monthly all the way down to 757. And then on the weekly time frame, if we take a look here, we do have a weekly support level there at 949, and we have 10 psychological. So if you're looking for an entry on this name, I would just be very cautious. We're basically weekly overbought here with that upper wick here on this weekly candle, and the broader market could be due for a little bit of a pullback here over the next month or so. I think we could see a pretty big pullback on, it'll just be healthy on the S&P 500, and then into March where we see rates, potential rate cuts, and the Fed turning dovish. And then into April, we have tons of catalysts as well, like the Bitcoin halving. I think that's going to be good for broader markets, and that's going to be tailwinds for the MJ space. And realistically, Germany could come online at any point. We could see, I've been on the record to say that I think the DEA is going to approve Schedule 3 recommendation in Q1 or Q2 of this year. I'm thinking it's literally weeks away. Like it could be any week now. I'm going to say it's probably going to be no more than 2 or 3 months, but realistically could happen anytime. Like these charts are telling us something, right? We're confirming monthly uptrends. This is the first time some names have confirmed monthly uptrends or will confirm monthly uptrend in over 3 years in a brutal bear market of over 3 years where most names are down 80, 90+%. Some names that are down, 98, 99% from February 2021 highs or their all-time highs. So like I said, the charts are telling us something and we're seeing monthly uptrends confirm. And if we take a look at, say, MSOS ETF, it's very close to confirming a monthly uptrend as well, which is tracking all of the US major names. So key level to break there will be 988. And who knows, it could be that DEA headline saying they approve Schedule 3. We already know HHS and FDA recommend that they do Schedule 3. I don't think that they can ignore the science. It just wouldn't make any logical sense. So I think the most likely scenario is we get that DEA decision at some point. Like I said, really any week now, but wouldn't expect it to be more than a few months. I think there's a good chance that it comes before 420, and then there'll be a 60-day comment period that'll wrap up before the elections. Then they'll say, look what we did during the elections, try to get reelected, and then they'll use MJ in their political campaigns to sway young voters to get more voters out, and then I think it gets enacted at some point in 2025, and then Florida potentially on the ballot as well. I think there's like a very high, anywhere from like 80 to 90% chance that it ends up in the ballot. And then I think there's going to be a 70, 80% chance that it actually gets enacted in 2025 as well. So like I said, tons of catalysts coming up on the horizon. And if just for the Canadians out there, the levels to be looking out for are $22.18. So $22.18 in terms of resistance. And then after that, we have a lack of price action resistance up to about $35. So yeah, 22 is the next one on deck. And then key support is there at around 1044. But again, just be cautious on entries here. Maybe you want to wait for daily oversold conditions before you enter on this one. But realistically, we could get this headline at any point. And on the weekly time frame, we also had a Powell Algo buy alert go off a couple of weeks ago. We're blasting off. We're going parabolic here on the stochastic and the MACD. We're well above the 10-week moving average. If we take a look at the weekly moving averages, we're closing in on that 200 weekly there at 1607 as well. So again, 16 on the monthly time frame here, 1694 was monthly resistance when we confirmed the monthly uptrend. On the Canadian side, GTBIF, since I have that over here, 1607. So 1650 is the next resistance in the price action, and that's also the 200 weekly moving average. So if you're wondering where we're going to potentially top out, I think $16 is a good area to target, and then a pretty big pullback from there. But again, the broader market's going to be a big factor here to see if we get some pullback here over the next couple of weeks and months. And then, like I said, I think into March and April, it's going to be all systems go. And just, bearing any news, right? Like if we get that DEA headline and they come out with their decision to Schedule 3 and approve it, then, this is going to skyrocket. But I think 16 to $20 could be an area to target where we potentially top out and then come down, just form a monthly higher low, right? Even if the DEA approves it, we're not going to just go straight to all-time highs, right? It's possible, but just not very likely, right? We can have major pullbacks in a prolonged uptrend on a longer time frame, right? Just like here, we went from 642 all the way up to 1249 and then a higher low at 757, but we were still bullish because we were just looking for a monthly high or low. And that pullback was great because it gave us our higher low and then our higher high, and now a monthly uptrend confirmed, right? So don't be surprised, if we pull back to maybe even $10, a flush of $10, that would still be healthy, and then see that monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. But it's looking really, really good. And like I said, if you're looking to add more entries, again, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Maybe you want to wait for daily oversold conditions at this point, or even hourly oversold conditions. It's been a very long time. Last time we were hourly oversold was back in December. So maybe you want to wait for hourly, maybe add on hourly consolidation if you're looking to add for the long term, hourly consolidation. And then if you're a bit more patient or you want to add again, you could do daily consolidation, or daily oversold is what I meant to say, and hourly oversold. So hopefully that helps. But just be cautious at the moment, because we did come off daily overbought, and then on the weekly time frame as well, we were touching on weekly overbought. So maybe you want to wait for a weekly high or low, like I said, around 11, 10 bucks to add it as well. I might look to add this one more time, but like I said, I think that there's a lot of other opportunities out there that offer a lot more reward, but this one is definitely a safe play, and one that offers a little less reward because of the risk being a lot lower as well. If this video was helpful, I would appreciate it if you could like it, share it with your network, comment on the video as well. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you hold this in your portfolio, or are you looking to add more? Yeah, I think they're going to do very, very well long term. I think they have the potential to be top 5, top 3 global companies in the MJ space. But like I said, I compare it to like an IIPR. It's definitely a lot less reward and a lot less risk, right? So going in it there. Hopefully you found this video helpful. It's Rob with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video. Take care.